introduction. He has been on the people's side right from the very start. He's never shied away from speaking the truth about the lies we're being fed. He's the leader of the United Australia Party and he's Australia's bastion of freedom. Are we ready, Craig Kelly?
What a fantastic crowd. For over 45 years, I've been coming to Melbourne. It's a city I love. It's a city of great people, great culture, great traditions. But it has broken my heart to see how this great city and this great state has descended into totalitarian hell. I never thought that I would see scenes that I have, that are etched into my memory. A young mother being arrested and handcuffed in her own home. And her crime was to post a protest against Daniel Andrews on Facebook. I never thought that I would see a scene in my country where the police opened fire with rubber bullets. Shooting into the back of unarmed protesters as they flee. And I never thought that I would see Dr. Mark Hobart, a doctor's surgery, where Dan's black shirts went into that doctor's surgery and stole confidential patient files. But what has disturbed me the most is how the political class, both Labor and Liberal, have refused to call this out. Well, I'm here on the steps of this Parliament to say the Premier of this nation is a bully and a thug and an abuser of human rights. Because when the tools of trade that Andrews use, extortion, coercion and blackmail to force citizens to undergo a medical intervention against their free will, that is an abuse of human rights. No Australian in this country should ever have to fear losing their job because they don't want to participate in a medical experiment. And I'll tell you what, we should not only criticise Dan Andrews, the Prime Minister of this country Morrison has the power federally to make Dan Andrews heal, but he's refused to, and he stands side by side with Dan Andrews, and he stands equally condemned. Now, as Australians, we inherit as our birthright, as do those that come from across the seas, that take the pledge to be Australians. Part of that birthright that we have are our basic fundamental freedoms. They are not there for politicians to take away. That's right. And those freedoms that we enjoy, that I've enjoyed all my life, They didn't come for free. They came through the blood and the sacrifice of our forefathers that fought at places like Gallipoli and Beersheba and Kokoda and Milne Bay and Capiong and Longtan and so many other places. They are the people who have given us our freedom. And if you live in a society where you only get your freedoms as some sort of reward for obedience, you don't live in a free society, you live in a prison. So we have a lot of fights ahead of us. Our most important fight at the moment is to protect our children. We are being governed by medical bureaucrats that are part of a mad, insane cult of vaccinists. In Australia today, a 12-year-old child can be injected with the Moderna vaccines. But in the USA, the medical regulators in the USA won't approve Moderna for 12-year-old children, but they inject it here into Australian kids. It is the same in France. You cannot inject a 12-year-old kid with Moderna. In Germany, you cannot inject a 12-year-old child with Moderna. In Denmark, in Sweden, in Norway, in Finland and Luxembourg and other countries, you cannot inject a 12-year-old child with Moderna. But our health regulators have said, it's okay, let's inject this stuff into our kids. And I say, no, that's wrong. But I want to leave you today with a message of hope. The crowd we see today, the tide is turning. Yesterday, the government Senator Alex Antic from South Australia told the Prime Minister, I will not vote for any of your legislation until you ban vaccine passports. So where several months ago I stood alone arguing against vaccine passports, we now have another 6 members of Parliament, and I'll tell you what, there's more to come. And the other piece of good news and hope that we have a federal election around the corner. And by the provisions of this little book called the Constitution, it says that if a law of a state is inconsistent with a federal law, the federal law takes precedence. So at this next election, as the United Australia Party, we're going to run candidates in all 151 seats. We are coming after the Labor and the Liberal parties because you cannot trust them. And after that next election, we will put legislation through that federal parliament that will bring Daniel Andrews to his knees. And finally, this is the hill that I've planted my flag upon. The flag of freedom. This is the hill that I fight and I die on. Because it's for the young kids out there that we want to hand this country with greater freedoms, greater prosperity than we inherited from our forefathers. The freedoms that we've enjoyed, we have to protect them, nourish them, and hand them on to the next generation to do the same. That is the fight that I'm committed to, and I'm going to fight every single hour of every single day up until the next election to hold them all to account. Thank you so much.